Ayush, I think let's begin.
Yes, sir. So, are you going to give the intro or
I think
should
you
we
can
start?
start and we can begin. Okay, so welcome everyone to this edition of Hackatra. We're so glad to have you folks on board, and to everyone who's out there on the live stream, thank you very much for joining in as well. Uh, if you have any questions, you can always put it in the chat or in the comments, and we can take it from there. The flow of event is tonight is going to be we'll start with a quick introduction about what Vruksh is, what Hackatra is, and begin on introducing Hackatra in general. Uh, so, so let me introduce myself to begin with. Uh, Hello, my name is Abhijit, and I'm the executive director of Vruksh Ecosystem Foundation. Uh, I like to introduce myself as a failed academic turned entrepreneur and a Batman fan. Um I have been passionate about inclusive innovation, robotics, everything related to space and education. I'm also a World Economic Forum awarded innovator. Some of the logos that you see out there on the screen are the places I'm part of and companies that I've started. Vruksh started as an initiative uh, through our experiences of running companies and being in the entrepreneurship ecosystem that we need to have something that is seeding local ecosystems. As an organization, we have four pillars wherein we start with learning, where we run programs on entrepreneurship education across the board. We work with governments, private organizations, and other CSOs for running their programs. We have a massive community effort, one which is Misfits, and now as part of Ikatra, the Hackatra community that will be built. And the fourth one is technology. That is the Hackatra initiative, under which we have been building certain tools for the uh, impact sector. Some of the impact numbers that to share with you, we have worked with close to 60,000 SMEs, have supported about 600 crores in capital. Over 30,000 students have been trained through our different initiatives. Um, Over 1,250 startups engaged on different levels. Uh, or over 850 workshops done, and Chai that keeps us going. During the pandemic, we saw that we faced this unique problem that and understood that digital learning is broken. Not everyone that we see and has access to internet or has access to tools like Zoom or can connect on these platforms. And that's one problem that we faced first time. Tikatra was born out of this challenge when we moved our entire work for groups online, and a lot of students did not have access to connectivity or access to a smartphone. That's where we saw that only 5% students were able to join in on video sessions or live video sessions like we are on right now. That motivated us to turn to WhatsApp, which took our attendance rates to about 50%, and then we moved on to audio systems, which took it to about 80%. And that was a massive change from 5 to 80%, and that really motivated us to keep going. So Ekatra today helps deploy microlearning programs in a quick and efficient manner. Uh, We have a low data and a no data solution. Plus, we have our NLP AI, which delivers solutions on the ground. So far, we have worked with about 28,000 learners. About 75% has been the best completion rate, and this model that we've built it on is based on research by Stanford and University of Michigan. These are some of the tools that or experiments that we've done in the past. One story and inspiration that I'd love to share. So you see this young person on the screen. His name is Gaurav. He's from a small town near my city, Nagpur. He joined our entrepreneurship program early in 2020 when we had just kicked off, and sadly, due to the COVID, everything moved online. Uh, Yet, in spite of all the troubles, he built this unique tool for farmers, which helps them scare away cattle or animals in the farm. He's a son of two daily wage farm laborers, and he saw this problem firsthand, but did not know how to act upon it. And given our initiative and given the program that we're running on entrepreneurship, we saw that he built this out. I still remember when he pitched his idea, he was sitting under a small light bulb on top of his thatched roof, and that made him, and he built a solution. So we see the power of technology that helped him realize his dream, and he has now become a micro entrepreneur and running these initiatives. Uh, as an organization, we see there's a future of learning that's hyper personalized, super interactive, and real time. And this is, just an insight into what Hackatra today is able to do. We have a grand vision to reach a billion learners in the next 5 years. And you're welcome to experiment and chat with it. But I think I'll keep that for the next time. I'll let Ayush share about Hackatra today and what we're trying to do.
So, hi everyone. Thanks for attending the event. So, let me tell you what actually Hackatra is. So, Hackatra is an AI hackathon which is focused on social entrepreneurship, education, and social growth. So, what are the objectives of this hackathon? Hackathons serve as a dynamic platform for aspiring innovators, technologists, and educators to co-create groundbreaking solutions. What do we mean by these solutions? These solutions are which solve the real world problems on a large scale. Hackatra also work as a catalyst for the change by addressing critical challenges in education through AI-driven solutions. Hackatra also serve as a global network which facilitates knowledge sharing, collaboration, and dissemination of impactful solutions. The goal of Hackatra is to build real world problem solving solutions and deploy it so that underprivileged and underserved areas and people can get access to quality education and resources to have good upbringing of the community. So, what is the timeline of Hackatra? So, in the span of 5 weeks, we will have two mentoring sessions and master classes each week. So, we will cover topics like open source LLMs, cloud like AWS, Azure. We will also have mentoring sessions on WhatsApp Business API, React.js, and UI UX design. We will be having final mentoring presentation and judging on the fifth week, which will be around 12th August. So, who are we targeting in this hackathon? We are targeting students and young professionals who want to build their portfolio and improve their skills. We are targeting educational and research teams who want to integrate our open source solutions into their system. We are targeting tech enthusiasts and AI developers who want to collaborate and contribute to the open source solutions for the social good. In this hackathon, we have onboarded AI Future Labs Global Shapers Nagpur, and GH Raisoni as our partners. AI Future Labs help create groundbreaking artificial intelligence solutions for young people. Global Shapers Nagpur take initiatives for solution building, policy making, and lasting changes. GHRI Suni is an autonomous engineering college which is affiliated with Rashtrasan Tukadoji Maharaj College University, and it is located in Nagpur. So now Sujal will describe you about the projects we are working on.
Hello, good evening, everyone. So it's very exciting to be here and describing you our latest projects. So as Ayush described, we are focusing on new technologies and latest and something very interesting. So here are some projects which you can see on a screen. I am describing one by one. Number one, we have local directory video transcription, in which we aim to develop a solution for transcribing videos stored in local directories. Second, we have local LLM UI with authentication and weekly email report, in which our main objective is to create a user interface for local large language models with authentication and a weekly email report feature. Third, we have Ask Catalyst, in which we aim to enhance member engagement and facilitate community collaboration via WhatsApp, leveraging the Mobius code base and LLM technology trained on Catalyst 2030 website data. On fourth, we have grant writing support tool, whose main objective is to aid grant writers within the Catalyst community by leveraging resources from the Social Change Innovators platform. Fifth, we have Agri AI chatbot on WhatsApp, whose aim is to develop a LLM powered chatbot on WhatsApp to provide agricultural insights and facilitate bookkeeping tasks for farmers. Sixth, we have WhatsApp AI Tutor, whose aim is to build an AI tutor on WhatsApp using LLM technology to provide interactive learning and support access text, emails, and audio formats with Whisper integration for audio transcription. On 7th, we have Ask Saper AI to develop Ask Saper AI using LLM technology tailored for the global Sapers community to enhance member engagement and support collaborative efforts utilizing user profiles for enhanced partner recommendation. These projects, I hope you like this. And so I am inviting Harper Carroll for as a speaker to give their something interesting views on our hackathon.
I,
Harper Carroll, can you please take over?
yes, I think Harper is facing some issues to get onto the call. Just waiting. In the meantime, if you could go back to the projects, I could spend some time and explain a little bit further on top of it. Um, so the one like to begin with, the first one is the challenges. We have a lot of local videos that we have used for uh, lesson plans, etc. And we're looking for a solution where we would be able to transcribe a large number of these videos, which are stored offline uh, with us. The number is almost in the range of about uh, about 10,000 videos that we have, and we're looking for a quick and efficient manner to share these or to transcribe these videos uh, for our solution. The second part is we're working for a program called Let's Read, where the idea is to provide a local LLM or chat-based AI tutor to students, but in an area where they have very limited internet connectivity, which is why we're creating an entire local interface where the idea is to create a user-friendly UI which can have which can interact with a local LLM. It could be a Phi 3 or a Llama version, and which could then also share a weekly email report in terms of what kind of conversations have happened, what kind of usage has happened, to ensure that people, like as admins, we are able to track how the system is being used, and if there are any enhancements, we could do that. Ask Catalyst is this member engagement initiative on top of WhatsApp. And it is primarily built using our Mobius code base, where we built a where we scraped a lot of information from the Catalyst website to provide its users an easy and efficient way to connect and interact with each other. Also, to find out profiles of people who are working in the same domain. So, if I want to potentially connect with someone who's working on education in Africa, I could just ask it on top of WhatsApp, and it would be able to tell me we have already deployed a version 1 of this, and we're working to further enhance this solution. So we are inviting people to come and support this initiative. Catalyst 2030 is this phenomenal organization which is global, and has built a coalition of social entrepreneurs, nonprofits, impact entrepreneurs globally who are working towards a shared goal, and it brings together as a voice for the nonprofit sector. Um, Beyond that, the grant writing support tool is also built as part of the Catalyst community, and this is the goal to provide provide nonprofits with a simple tool where they could apply for different grants that are available. The challenge, as we see in the global south, which is uh, that a lot of these grant proposals are meant to be written in English, and sadly, a lot of people do not have English as the primary language, or do not understand the context in which a certain grant has to be written. This tool is a goal to is an idea where we would be like, you could put questions about the grant proposal, put in your agency information, and you would be able to add build on top of it and answer those queries. So it's the way that most of us use any of these AI tools or GPT, where we give it context about, these, this is some information, here are a few questions, and if you would help me answer that. But then we want to make it in a more structured and a more simpler way, where where anyone would be able to build grant proposals and apply for that. The Agri AI chatbot is also another solution which is being implemented right now by a social startup, and yeah, and this we want to further improvise upon this, where it can come and provide agricultural insights. Uh, Hello, Harper. Yeah.
Hello.
Hey. Hi, good morning. We're just going through the problem statements. So, if you allow us a couple of
Yeah, of
minutes,
course.
we'll just finish,
Yeah.
and then we can let you take over.
Beautiful.
Thank you. So yeah, I was sharing about the Agri AI chatbot. So there is a social startup that we are closely working with, which has built this amazing tool where farmers can come and interact and ask questions and get insights on top of that. And we want to further enhance its capabilities, and that's the problem statement that's out there for you. Uh, and the last one, but the not least, we have uh, a couple of amazing folks, Mario and Aman here, who from the Global Shippers community and from the AI Future Lab community, which I'm also part of, and where we have this interesting, again, a similar problem statement to the likes of Catalyst. Ask Catalyst is Global Shippers community is this massive community of volunteers under the World Economic Forum. We have now about 500 hubs globally, and there are this phenomenal set of volunteers shapers, as we call them, who spread across the globe. And if I'm not talking, more than 10,000 folks who have been part of the community now. Um, with Shaper AI, the goal is similar to Ask Catalyst, is where I could put in or ask information about projects that are similar to mine or my hub that are there, or I want to connect with people. So it would allow me to interact and connect with the relevant shapers in the community. And so yeah, that's a quick insight into our problem statements. And I would now invite Harper. Harper is our keynote guest speaker today. So welcome, and she accepted our invite uh, willingly, and we had a very good interaction, and love that she's a part of this initiative. Harper comes with uh, some amazing credentials. She did her master's and bachelor's from Stanford University. She worked with Meta for a few years, and is currently a DevRel at a cutting edge startup. She also is an AI educator, and she's been sharing a lot of tips about for people to get into AI. And and I think that's what I was writing a LinkedIn post this evening, and when I was just writing about her, I felt like she's the personification of what we as Ekatra stand for. That we want to democratize knowledge. We want to make uh, education accessible, and obviously by using AI tools, and that's exactly what she does. She's got a phenomenal set of people that follow her, and she's been doing some a very interesting course now on YouTube. So if you're someone who's just kickstarting your journey in AI, please do check out her YouTube program. It definitely will be highly useful to you. And with that, I ask Harper to come on board and uh, share uh, share a few words with us.
Oh, thank you so much. I am so honored to be here. And yeah, when I got the email from you, I was very touched with the mission. And then when we got on the call, Abhijit, I was like, okay, yes, we have to do this. So thank you all for being here. Good morning and welcome to Hackatra 2024. I am Harper Carroll from Harper Carroll AI. I am an AI educator, as Abhijit said, and I'm honored to be here with you at the start of this event. You may have participated in hackathons before, but the hackathon you're at today has heightened significance because in this month-long hackathon, we are focusing on harnessing technology to address critical social issues, particularly in the realm of grassroots education. Hackatra, an initiative of the Vruksh Foundation, represents a concerted effort to drive social innovation across India and South Asia through entrepreneurship and technology. So let me provide some context. During the COVID-19 pandemic, a significant issue came to light. The students in rural areas lacking access to smartphones and internet connectivity were effectively cut off from education. So this digital divide threatened to exacerbate existing educational inequalities. So this realization led to the creation of many foundations or organizations, but also the creation of Hackatra, which is the platform you'll be working on during this hackathon. So as you may know, Hackatra serves as a bridge connecting learners with educational resources, regardless of their circumstances. So one of Hackatra's notable projects called Let's Read demonstrates the platform's potential. Implemented in a refugee camp, this initiative utilized a chatbot and WhatsApp to support ongoing education for teachers and students. The project's impact was significant enough to attract funding from the United Nations for a physical and digital school within the camp. So this example illustrates how targeted technological solutions can address complex social challenges. A combination of WhatsApp interface and a local Wi-Fi network became a gateway to knowledge for an entire community. So Vruksh Foundation, the organization behind Hackatra and Hackatra, operates across 5 areas: entrepreneurship education programs in various educational institutions. 2 is collaborations with international nonprofits as program implementers. 3 is the Misfits Community Initiative, which is a network of over 1,000 social entrepreneurs across Southeast Asia. 4 is the development of scalable tech solutions to amplify social impact. And 5 is the engagement at the policy level to drive systemic change, so working with governments. The Misfits community, number 3, addresses a critical gap in early stage social entrepreneurial landscape. It provides individuals who have promising ideas with the connections and support needed to transform their visions into viable projects. It has been quite successful. A biofuel project secured $1 million in funding, positioning it to make a substantial impact in sustainable energy, $1 million. An elder care initiative raised $100,000 in its initial pitch, highlighting the potential for technology to address more pressing social needs. So now let's discuss the challenge that lies ahead of all of you in this hackathon. Hackatra is Vruksh Foundation's approach to extending Ekatra's reach and impact. So your task is to leverage the Hackatra platform to create solutions that can provide quality education to grassroots communities. The objective is ambitious: to enable quality learning for 1 billion people. While this number may seem daunting, it's important to remember that significant achievements often start with targeted, well-designed solutions that can be scaled. So this brings us to the core purpose of your participation today. You possess valuable technical skills, be it in coding or AI or UX design or data analysis. The challenge before you is to apply these skills to address real-world educational problems that affect millions of lives. So I encourage you to think beyond the immediate scope of this hackathon. Consider how your solutions can support nonprofits and their broader missions. Reflect on how AI and other technologies can make education more accessible and effective. By making your work open source, you'll contribute to a collective effort to innovate in the educational sector. As you work over the next month, keep in mind the broader implications of your solutions. The code you write, the interfaces you design, and the algorithms you develop have the potential to become tools for empowerment in countless communities. So I want to share some of my history using code for social good. When I was at Meta, I joined the team working on preventing vulnerable populations from misinformation. So you may have heard of broadcasting, and our team was targeting something called narrowcasting, which is sending information, in our case, misinformation, to a highly select vulnerable community or population, causing outsized harm for that specific community. We developed an innovative multi-step solution using AI to approach the problem, because typically this is a very challenging problem to address because it's to such a small specific group. It's hard to track on when you're tracking misinformation based on content that is reaching millions of people. So like the most widely seen content, if you're tracking that, you're not able to track narrowcasting, which is to very specific groups. So the work that we had was so successful that we applied the technology globally. It used to be just in the US to start, and then we applied it globally based on its success. It was incredibly rewarding to see how we are able to significantly mitigate harms and protect vulnerable communities across such a vast global scale. I tend to focus on social good across all my work, as it is how I've gotten the most fulfillment. When I was in college at Stanford, I worked in a VR lab studying VR's effect on empathy. When I was at Meta as well, I worked on an emotional well-being suite of solutions. And I also left Meta briefly and was working on a mental health initiative for underfunded communities for teenagers. And now I'm really dedicating my life to spreading AI awareness so that people understand how to use AI, they can use it for their purposes, and have all those skills and educational access for free. So that is what I care about. So I really resonate with all of you here today. So again, I speak to you today because you too have the necessary skills and thus have a unique opportunity to create meaningful change. And I encourage you to think creatively and collaborate effectively and push the boundaries of what's possible with the constraints you'll be working in. Your solutions have a potential to address critical gaps in education, access, and quality. You could play a critical role in bridging this digital divide and demonstrating how technology and AI can be a positive force in society. I look forward to seeing the innovative solutions you develop. Your ideas and implementations could open new avenues for learning and development in underserved communities. So approach this challenge with creativity and determination. And thank you for taking the time and dedicating it and your expertise to this cause. Every solution that you create has the potential to contribute to improving educational opportunities for those who need them most. So I wish you productivity and innovation in your work ahead, and I look forward to seeing what you create. So let the hackathon begin.
Thank you very much for those amazing words, Harper. Uh, I know you're pressed out on time, but I would like to take a couple of your minutes to please have quick conversation and understand a little bit better in terms of what motivates you and what drives you to do what you're doing today.
Yeah, I'd be happy to talk about that. So, you know, I think it started when I was really young, actually. So I would come home from school and I would be so excited about what I'd learned in school. For example, in science class, we would do a really cool experiment and with materials that you had at home, like baking soda and things like that. And I would come home and I had a little sister who was 4 years younger than me, who I just adored and played with. And I would come home and teach it to her because I thought it was so exciting and it was so great to have this knowledge that I wanted to teach her. And I've always been like that. Like I started reading when I was really, really young because I didn't like that. I couldn't read. So I found a book and kind of taught myself to read. And instead of just like reading in a corner, I would go teach all the other kids to read when I was in kindergarten because I wanted them to all have the benefits that I had because it was so life-changing to be able to read. And I knew it was hard and I knew that I could help teach them almost in a way that that was unique to our experience of being like 4 years old, 5 years old. So, yeah, I've always loved to teach. When I was at Stanford, I taught. In high school, I ran a tutoring program. And I have been compelled to do it. And then when I was in college, I did AI. I focused in computer science and artificial intelligence for my undergrad and graduate degrees. And then I went to Meta and did that. And it was actually, I joined a GPU startup. I left Meta and I joined a GPU startup. And what they were doing was providing cloud solutions, and they were allowing people to use GPUs. So GPUs are the machines that are used to train AI models. And so what the company was doing was they were allowing people to easily, remotely use these machines. But in order to get people onto the platform, they needed someone to create content that actually gave people a reason to use GPUs. And so what I did was I made these guides, these Jupyter notebooks, if you're familiar with that. They're basically like coding documents that you can run the actual code. And I made these to help people understand how to fine tune an AI model. And I made an accompanying video with it that did very well. And when I started this, I had maybe 100 followers, maybe 50 followers on Twitter. But my first guide, I got like 50,000 views on it. And increasingly, all of my content was getting hundreds of thousands of views, millions. And so I realized that people wanted this, and that the feedback I was getting was that it was very effective in teaching AI, and that people were very grateful because they were able to, for free, use these tools to apply it to their purpose. So in my case, it was a fine-tuning guide. I taught people how to fine-tune on their own data. In my case, it was fine-tuning a model on my journal entries. But you could change that for whatever type of data you had. I helped make it adjustable to whatever data the viewer had. And I just got a lot of feedback that it was very helpful and it was changing their lives. And it kind of democratized access to this elusive and hidden AI knowledge that was, very shrouded in mystery, kind of. So I continue to do that. And, it just feels like my calling. It's the most fulfilling work that I have done since I've gone to college is teaching. And again, it goes back to me as a child, just loving to share what I learn and how it helps me with others so that they can use it for their own purpose. I yeah, I'm just getting so much fulfillment from teaching online and from connecting with you. Connecting with people is really gratifying to me, and seeing how it helps and learning what it is you want to learn and learning together. So I really love the community on Instagram and on YouTube and Twitter or X. So find me on there, and I would love to connect with you because that's what keeps me going every day. So hope that answers your question.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think we have Aman who has a query. I think I had been facing some internet issues. So I'm just trying to get back. But Aman, please go ahead.
Hello, thank you, Abhijit. Hi, Harper. Thank you for sharing your experience with us. I am a product designer, so I just wanted to pick your brain on what do you think about the intersection of AI and design? And as a product designer, what is it that I can do to understand AI better and apply it in my workplace better? So if you could just...
Great question. So AI and design. So I think AI is really helpful in given, so if you were to create like a sketch mockup, you could use it to transform that into something that is like an actual working design. And I am personally not a designer, so I would probably want to look at your like end-to-end workflow of the day. But a lot of the really tedious work of like, getting things aligned and choosing the sizes and things like that, that could all be automated with AI. So in fact, to help me better answer your question, briefly, what does your day look like end to end as a designer? Like, what are you working on?
Right, right. So I'm currently in my job working for a healthcare consulting firm where we mostly serve pharma clients. So I build data products that includes softwares, web applications, dashboards, etc. But I actually have a dream of working with a colleague of yours from Meta, actually, Julie Zhuo, if you recall that name, who's running a startup called Sundial.
Oh,
We want to
okay.
get into a niche product design career.
A
So
niche product design. So you code as well.
I code as well, but would
Yeah.
want to keep design as my primary thing.
Very cool. I mean, yeah, I think AI could help automate some of the tedious tasks. I like to tell people that it's not going to replace human creativity. I genuinely do not believe that it will. I have a friend who is a designer, photo editor, and she now can be so much more productive in editing more photos and taking more photos and doing what she actually loves. Because before she would have to spend 4 hours if there was like a little stray hair or something in the background she didn't like. She would spend 4 hours trying to edit it out. And now you just click and it's gone. So the way I see AI is a tool for automating some of the tedious tasks, like moving the components on your page to be, in a way that is generally visibly appealing to, based on prior designs, based on prior knowledge of what people actually like, or getting everything into a comprehensive grid, or generating different ideas based on the pieces and components that you have. So that's where I see it. But again, I'm not a designer, so it's hard for me to just know. I would have to do some research and talk to people, but there's so much that you can do. So one thing you can do is also ask Claude. So Claude.ai is a free, if you don't know, is a large language model that's offered for free by Anthropic. It's really good. It's, it's arguably better than OpenAI's ChatGPT, their most recent model. It's arguably better than the paid model that ChatGPT has. So use Claude. It's Claude 3.5 Sonnet. It's for free. Claude.ai, CLAUDE.ai. And you could ask it, how can I use AI in my design workflows? And it will come up with good ideas for you because it has a brain that knows what it is that designers do and like what their workflow looks like. And so it would probably answer better than I can at this moment. So good luck.
Thank you. Thank you. That's really helpful, Harper. Thank
You're
you.
so welcome. Good luck with everything.
Thank you very much. Over to you, Abhijit.
Thank you very
Sorry?
much.
Oh,
Yeah, I face a little bit of trouble with internet, and that's why I say that what you're building is always going to be needed, because we can't always rely on the internet connectivity. But Ayush here has a question, so Ayush, would you like to share that? By the way, just before Ayush, sorry to interrupt, but Aman has been this phenomenal UI person,
Harper,
and he's the person behind a lot of the UI work that Hackatra has. Also, if you see our uh, Misfits creatives, he's the brains behind all the beautiful artwork on the Misfits initiative. So, anyone who's looking for a phenomenal UI designer, please contact Aman.
oh, amazing. Aman, so nice to meet you. And thank you for the work that you're doing.
Thank you for the kind words, Abhijit. And very nice to meet you, Harper. Thank you.
So nice to meet you too.
Yeah, over to you, Ayush. Sorry to interrupt you.
so Harper, you have been working in AI industry for a long time and have experience working with Meta and other projects. So I wanted to know that what do you see the impact or future of your work in
The
AI?
impact of, yeah, I mean, I think it's a good question. I think, wait, the future of my work now or the future of my work for Meta?
Yeah, from both.
Yeah. So I I am going to focus on creating AI content. I would like to educate as many people as I can about how to use AI and how it works so that people understand what it is. Because I think there's a lot of fear that exists about it that, maybe some of it is warranted, but I want people to, my argument is that I think it is far less warranted than it is expressed right now. And so I think that comes from a lot of people not understanding how it works or what it is. We tend to fear things that we don't understand. And I want people to understand how it works, to use it for their purposes, to see that it's not going to, necessarily take their jobs. It's going to actually help them and enable them. And it's something to really embrace. And it's like, teaching people how to read. Like when I was in kindergarten, it's like, wow, there's this amazing tool that you can do that's going to completely change your life. It'll make it better in so many ways. It'll enable you to do things that you love. So please, like, here, let me teach you how to do it. Let me teach you how to use it so that you can benefit from it, because I think it's so amazing. And so that's kind of the impact. I think my goal is to bring AI education to millions of people. I mean, maybe billions of people. That would be amazing, so that people understand it. Right now, what I hear is that it's so inaccessible. It's so hard. I mean, educationally, it's hard to understand. If you were to just go or watch something about it online, it's very hard to understand. And I think one thing that I have heard that I do well is explain things in a way that is accessible and understandable. That's what I've heard is like one of my unique abilities. So I'm just going to keep talking and communicating with people about why I think it's exciting and explaining how it works. And hopefully it helps potentially millions of people. So
Yeah, it feels like you found your call.
What'd you say, Ayush?
It feels like you found your call for your life. Like you have a goal to impact millions and billions and make their life
Yes,
better.
absolutely. I will say, until I found this role of teaching AI, I did not feel like I had found my calling yet. I felt like I was still looking for it. And once I started doing this work, it all made sense. And I've read a book somewhere that says, if you want to, it's called Mastery. I forget who it's by. I can find out. It's by Robert Greene. It's called Mastery. And he talks about if you're looking for your life calling, look back to your childhood, look back to the things that you loved to do as a child. And for me, that was make videos and teach. And both of those things now, and learn, teach, and make videos and perform. And so all those things are kind of coming together for this. So yeah, if you're looking, I feel so grateful to feel like I found it, and we all have ours. So look back to your childhood, apparently, is the advice. I kind of stumbled upon mine, and maybe you'll stumble upon yours too. Or maybe you already have it, in which case, I mean, many of you do. Looking at the foundation right now, it's like, I was so blown away by the work that you're doing. I was so excited and honored to be included in this. It's amazing, the work that you're doing. It's just like, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Also, Abhijit, I am enjoying following you on social media. So I like what you post.
Really, really appreciate it. And I think, I relate to your calling part. It's been 6 years. We've been running this organization, and I think this has, it's an experience to empower people. And I really enjoy the way that you accepted our invite, the way that you supported us, though it was quite a bit of last minute stuff, but and especially for us in this part of the world, it's Monday evening, so I guess a lot of people could not join in. But I'm glad that you could, and we have this. We'll definitely be sharing this recording. We also live on YouTube, so I think your message will definitely reach a lot of people. Thank you for phenomenal work that you're doing, and thank you very much for accepting our invite. I think Aman just messaged me. He has something to ask. Aman?
Hi, sorry, I was speaking on mute.
Oh,
So, Harper, as Abhijit introduced you in the beginning, and once you start speaking about the organization, what Hackatra is, what is it that we are really doing, the first thing that clicked my mind was that why do we not have Harper on our advisory board? So, it's something that I'd love to see happen, and I think Abhijit will be able to give you more information on that. But we'd love to have a mentor like you. We'd love to have an advisor like you to help us build products for India and in the social sector.
We should definitely talk about that. I would be more than happy to talk about that with you guys. I'm honored. Thank you.
Great.
thank you very much, Aman, for sharing that. Yes, definitely. I think as I said, that when I was writing the post this evening, I saw that you actually personify the work that we do. So thank you very much. And I know you have to rush, but any last parting words with us, and we move on to the next segment.
I guess just thank you again for everything you're doing. You're making such an impact on the world. Think of the actual people you're affecting, and they are so grateful for your contributions. Everything you do is helping them. And I'm so grateful to connect with you. Please continue to connect with me, and I will check in. I'm excited to see what you build. But yeah, find me online. I would love to connect with you and see what you're doing, and I will check in again. So thank you so much for having me, everyone, and good luck.
Thank you very much, Harper. Lovely having you with us. Appreciate your time.
So happy to be here. Thank you all. Have a good one. Sorry to jump. Bye.
Bye. Cool. So that was quite an interesting discussion. What we'll do is now go on to the next part where we open up for Q&A. So if you're a participant and you have some queries about the hackathon itself, uh, please do share. We're open for questions. I'm going to pause on the live stream right now.